Buenos dias, saludos. How you guys doing this morning? I got a little thing in my throat today, but I got up at 4:30, made breakfast for my wife, just to show a little appreciation. You know what I mean, to somebody in my life. Uh, I like to do that every once in a while. You know, I've come a long way. Me personally, I've come a long way. I've changed a lot of things in my life. I've learned to appreciate things differently. Uh, And as far as a YouTuber, I do my best not to get into guerra, into problems with anybody. I don't want to be fighting with other YouTubers or disrespecting them or anything of the sort, right? I just want to do my content and go on my merry way, right? And I know a lot of YouTubers want to do that. But if you're going to speak about things, there's got to be a point. If you're going to criticize or indulge in certain conversations, right? Like let's use Hector Bravo as an example. Now, if you're going to jump on that subject about Hector Bravo talking about all Pisces are child molesters, then you would actually have to criticize Hector Bravo uh, for what he said, right? Not just try to flip it to the good side, find the silver lining in the cloud, right? And I think that's what happened. And I think people spoke on Hector Bravo and try to find a silver lining in the clouds when there is no silver lining. Hector Bravo was in the wrong. He should apologize, but he's not going to be. He's not that type of the dude to humble himself and apologize to a group of individuals, a group of people that he disrespected, right? But then you have individuals that sit there and try to side for him, try to justify what he said, looking for any reason to justify what he said. And I think that being a positive channel is a good thing. But in the same token, being a positive channel doesn't mean being negative and trying to find the silver lining in something that there's nothing to justify that way of thinking, right? I know it's kind of hard to follow, and I know it's kind of hard to explain, but I'm trying to do it nicely, right? You don't go and justify somebody disrespecting somebody and think you're being positive, because you're not. That's not positivity. Now, if you're going to speak on it, then you should speak on it. Doesn't mean you got to go after Hector Bravo and call him all kinds of names and stuff, but you can tell him, hey, you know what? You were in the wrong for doing what you did, homie. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if you sit there and say, yeah, I understand what you do, I know why you did it, and I agree with you, but I don't agree with you, and that's not the way to do it. That's not that's not being positive. Then the people start looking at it like, okay, what is your line of, where's that line in the sand that you're not supposed to cross? As a man, you're not supposed to allow people to do certain things. Well, where's that line in the sand drawn? So you should be able to say something and still be positive and say, hey, you know what, Holmes? Hector, you're in the wrong. If you have action to him and you can get him on the line, you come, hey, Hector, you know what you said, Holmes? That was wrong. And I feel that maybe you need to apologize to people and let people know that, You know, what you said was wrong. It was in bad taste. And man up about it, right? But no, you got these individuals that get in there and say, hey, you know what? Yeah, Hector, I understand what you're saying. Well, I don't really agree, Hector, but you know what? Hey, homie, I agree with you, kind of thing. And that's what's happening right now. You got to draw the sand in a line with people sometimes. And if you don't want to draw that sand in a line, then maybe you shouldn't speak on certain subjects. Anything negative, if you're going to speak on something negative, you have to draw that sand in a line, right? That line in the sand. People talk about Wes Watson. People talk about this person, that person. And then when they're confronted with them, they're like, hey, homie, I was cool with that. I was just joking with you. This was not how I really feel. And I feel this way. And I want to just be positive in the world and spread positivity and flowers and kisses all over the world. And I understand because sometimes we come from a negative environment and that's all we know. And we don't understand that sometimes we have to draw that that sand in the line, that line in the sand. Sometimes we have to draw that line in the sand to let people know that, hey, homie, we're cool, but don't cross that line. This is where I draw the line. This is where I'm saying that's it. Don't. And people don't seem to have that right now. They're getting lost in the sauce. Because they want to be known as a positive channel, but you're not being a positive channel and you're not being a positive person if you can't even be honest with yourself. Me, I don't want no guerra with nobody. I don't want no problems with anybody. But I will say, if I'm gonna touch on a subject, I'm gonna be honest about it, and that's what. There shouldn't be nothing wrong with that. You know, people most people can appreciate what you say. There is some people that no matter what you say, it's whether it's good or bad, people are gonna find fault in it, right? People are gonna talk shit about it, and those are the people that you gotta X out your life and your lives and your channel. Just block them. Those are the type of people. Before I used to have an issue with blocking people. I got no issue with blocking people anymore. If somebody's going to be disrespectful enough to call me outside my name, which usually I don't trip on, but if they call me outside my name or disrespect other people on the chat, I'm going to boot them. I'm going to block them. I got no problem doing it now, right? There was a guy that made a video right now. He did a drawing about me and American Coward, right? And I'm sure American Coward's going to have a fit about it. Oh, they're talking about me and it made me let a blind light. Me, I thought it was funny. Like, fool made cracked on me. He cracked a joke on me, and I had no problem with it, homie. I don't mind criticism. I don't mind somebody coming and tell me, hey, Sonny, you're wrong. I can respect that. But just to come and tell somebody, oh, well, you're wrong just because I don't like you, now that's negative. Now, if you tell somebody they're wrong and you got a positive message behind it, then that's that criticization is what makes people better, what makes them stand out. You know what I mean? So there's nothing wrong with criticizing somebody as long as you do it with positivity. But if you're just gonna I'm gonna be positive and I'm gonna get along with everybody and everything everybody does is fine, that's not being positive. I know it's a little confusing, but that's how I look at it. If I'm going to pick on a negative subject, I'm going to be truthful about that subject. Now, it doesn't mean I got to disrespect those people and talk crap about those people and just be an ass about it, but I can't criticize and let them know how I feel about something. Have a blessed one, you guys. Bye-bye.